Hello and welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a great day. Yes, this is the Django video, and it has been a long time since I last made another video. So let's get to the Django stuff. Yeah, this is it. So this is where I left off in the last video. It is time to move ahead to the development server. You remember that all these files were created when we typed a particular command. And now we're moving on to the development server. Let's verify your Django project works. Change into the Django tutorial directory if you haven't already. Okay, let's change into the Django tutorial directory. This is it. Grab the directory, the address, and cd quotation marks. There it is. We're in the Django tutorial. And then I have to run a command. Pi manage.py run server. Alright, explain what each part of this does. So, use Python to run the file that comes next. It uses the Python interpreter installed on your system. Important because Django is written in Python. On some systems it might be Python 3 instead of Python. So at this point the operating system starts the Python interpreter. Alright. Django utility script manage.py. A Python file created when you ran this. Yes. Manage.py. So we can actually check it out. Yes, it is here, manage.py. So we're actually just running a command. We're just running a file at this point. It acts as a command line control center for your Django project. What it does internally sets the environment variable. Django settings module is equal to your project.settings. Okay. It loads your project settings.py. My project settings.py. There it is. Connects Django to your project. So now Python runs manage.py. Manage.py loads Django plus your project settings. And manage.py loads Django and my project settings. Alright. Run server, this is a command that manage.py understands. Start Django's built-in development web server. Internally, Django does this. Imports your project settings.py. Okay, urls.py. Both of them are over here. Installed apps. Installed apps. I don't know what that is. I don't see any installed apps. Or there might be something that I may not be aware of. And then it checks for syntax errors and missing migrations, and starts a local HTTP server. By default, it runs at this http:// 27.0.0.1:8000/. That starts the local HTTP server at this. So now Django starts the development web server. What? Another explanation? Okay, well, let's read it. Python, yeah, so the full chain is operating system launches Python. Python executes manage.py. Manage.py loads Django. Okay. And it also loads the project settings. Connecting. Okay. Django checks installed apps. It applies the URL routing, prepares database connections. Django starts the development server. Listening for browser requests on port 8000. Okay. What happens when you open the site in a browser? Flow looks like this, yeah. Browser Okay, Django development server, and then connects to the urls.py. View function class, HTML response browser. The run server is only for development. It is not secure, not fast, not for production. For production, you use Unicorn, UWSCI plus Nginx. Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce those. Common variations you'll see. Python manage.py runs server 8080, runs on port 8080 instead of 8000. Okay. Accessible from other devices on the network. Tells Python to run Django's control script and start a local development server for your project. I can next explain what manage.py looks like internally, explain how Django handles requests step by step, or explain why you got Django haven't now recognized earlier. Well, for now, since we understood the prompt, so let's write it down. So, Python, this is telling Py to run the manage.py file. And then what we're going to do next is run server. Let's start a local development server. Okay. Follow link. Alright, let's do that. Let's open up a link. Let's do that. Oh, this install worked successfully. Congratulations. Oh, we are now Django 6.0. That's so beautiful. Okay, now let's continue the learning. You'll see the following output on the command line. No issues. What? I got like so many issues, bro. Not gonna lie, I've got like so many issues. And I'm unapplied migrations. Okay, run Python manage.py migrate to apply them. Okay. Python manage.py migrate. How do I even run this? Python manage.py migrate. Okay. Migrate. Oh, yeah, this is the command. Let's run it. Okay. And now we should start the development server again. And the command was pymanage.py run server. This is it, right? No, no, no. Run server is, okay, this should start it. Okay, yeah. Now we do not have any issues. So it is quite similar. Yeah. Ignore the warning. We'll deal with database shortly. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to ignore the warning. Now you tell me that I'm supposed to ignore it. Look at that. That is funny. Now that the server is running, visit this with your web browser. You'll see congratulations face. Well, yeah, I do see that. I definitely see that. You started the Django development server, a lightweight web server written purely in Python. You've included this with Django so you can develop things rapidly without having to deal with configuring a production server such as Apache until you're ready for production. Now is a good time to note, don't use the server in anything resembling a production environment. It is intended only for use while developing. We're in the business of making web frameworks, not web servers. Wow, okay, so this is actually funny. Besides all the information, it's actually funny. To serve the site on a different port, see the run server reference. Okay. Automatic reloading of the run server. The development server automatically reloads Python code for each request as needed. You don't need to restart the server for code changes to take effect. However, some actions, okay. Server automatically reloads the Python code for each request as needed. However, some actions like adding files don't trigger restart, so you'll have to restart the server in these cases. And I'll have to restart the server when I add a new file. But if I write some new code, I don't need to reload the server. That's gonna be done automatically. Creating the pulled app. Now that your environment is set up, you're set to start doing work. Each application you write in Django consists of a Python package that follows a certain convention. Django comes with a utility that automatically generates the basic directory structure of an app, so you can focus on writing code rather than creating directories. Projects versus apps. What's the difference between a project and an app? An app is a web application that does something. Example, a blog system. Oh, web application. A database of public records or a small poll app. Okay, it's a web application. A project is a collection of configuration and apps for a particular website. A project can contain multiple apps. An app can be in multiple projects. A project can contain multiple apps because a project has many websites. A project is a collection of configuration and apps, right? So a project can have many apps, and an app can be in multiple projects. Yeah, I mean, if there is a single project and there's many apps inside it, yeah, that means let's take one app inside that project. So that app is inside that project, and there's another project. That app can also be inside another project. I get it now. Okay. I hope you get it too. Your apps can live anywhere in your Python path. In this tutorial, we'll create our pull app inside the Django tutorial folder. To create your app, make sure you're in the same directory as manage.py and type this command. Okay, same directory as manage.py. Where is manage.py? It is over here in Django tutorial. Are we in Django tutorial as well? Yes, we're in the Django tutorial as well. Okay, start app polls. Let's do that. PyManage.py start app polls. Alright, PyManage.py start app polls. Is that it? Start app polls. Alright. Yo, look at that. We have a polls app. It has everything inside it. This will create a directory polls which is laid out like this. Let's compare it. We have the init file admin apps. We have the models, tests, and views. It is indeed like this. The directory structure will house the poll application. Oh, this is gonna house the poll application. Hello, poll application, you're being housed in this directory. Congratulations. Alright, write your first view. Let's write the first view. We'll open the polls for /views.py. Alright. Let's do that. Wait. I need to open the poll/views.py. Open the code. Okay, there it is. This is the app we're looking for. Let's do this. And put the following Python code in it. Oh, you think I'm going to put the following Python code in it? Oh no, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this myself. Because right now I'm really motivated. I'm really motivated to write code. From Django.http. Alright. From Django.http. So we're obviously importing something. Import HTTP response. Okay. Okay. And then we have to define something called an index. Alright. Define index. And then inside it we have request. Okay. return HTTP response. We're passing requests in it, alright? And then we're returning something. Return HTTP response. HTTP response, alright, there we go. Hello world, you're at the polls index. Okay, pretty simple. Hello world, you're at the polls index. Okay. This is the most basic view possible in Django. To access it in a browser, you need to map it to a URL. And for this, we need to define a URL configuration, or URL conf for short. Oh, we need to map it to URLs to access it in a browser. Okay, these URL configurations are defined inside each Django app, and they're Python files. They're already defined inside each Django app. Okay. So I should have a URL configuration that's already defined inside my Django app, and it's going to be a Python file, urls.py. Oh, I do have it. I definitely have it. It's over here. urls.py. I mean, so this one has it. URLs, yeah, there it is. I mean, the polls app, I don't know if it has that or not. So to define a URL conf for the polls app, create a file, urls.py with the following content. Alright. Where do I create the urls.py? Hold it. Okay, polls, and then initialize, yeah. Admin, apps, migrations, and then inside migration we have the init, and come out of it we have the models, tests, views, and then we need the URLs. Okay, so what I'm going to do is open my code. Terminal, press folder and continue. What is this? Oh, this is the latest one. Alright. Let that run. Let the terminal load. Okay, I need to create a file called urls.py. Yeah. Okay, this is definitely the correct directory. Okay, create a file here. urls.py. Let's open it up. Here it is. And then we have to write some code inside it. From Django.urls, right? Import path from Django.urls. Import path. Alright. And from dot import views. So we're importing path from this, and we're importing views from dot. Wow. So even dot is a thing, right? From dot import views. Next thing is I have to create this thing, whatever that is. It looks like a list. URL patterns, okay. URL patterns is equal to a list, right? And then I have the path. What is this, by the way? This is a variable, okay. Okay, path, yeah, definitely. Path is a function, okay. And then I have these quotation marks come out of them, and comma, okay. Views.index, let's do that. Views.index. Okay, from the views we're accessing index. What is index? It's also a function. Alright. And then name is equal to index. Okay, lovely. This is lovely. And then there's a comma. I don't know. Do we need the comma right now? The next step is to alright. Okay. So like this is it for today. I'll see you in another video. We'll continue this some other day. So have a very good day.